We've all had moments that break us down, searching for light when the world spins round. But in those cracks, the purpose is born, a new way to live when the old is torn. It's more than a story, it's the rise from the fall, a place where your purpose starts to call. With Dr. Stephenson, wisdom takes flight, turning your pain into hope, into light. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. From heartbreak to strength, the lessons unfold. It's about how we rise, not the stories we've told. Guests with their journeys, sharing their light. In every collision, there's power in sight. It's more than a talk, it's the wisdom we gain through every struggle, through every pain. With conversations that open the door to purpose, to power, to so much more. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. So come as you are, with your scars and fears. This is the place where the truth appears. Turn your trials into stepping stones. Find the strength to claim your throne. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. A collision with purpose, your journey starts here. In every conversation, we'll wipe away fear. Find your purpose, let your life ignite. With Dr. Stephenson, you'll find your light.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Greetings and welcome to the Collision with Purpose movement. This is life-changing conversation to inspire actions. Here we challenge you to reflect deeply and take bold steps towards transformation. I am your host, Dr. Laxley Stephenson. In each episode, we uncover the powerful life-defining moments that have shaped the lives of our guests, ordinary people who have turned adversity into triumph. But this isn't just about their stories, it's about your story. You who are listening, it's about your actions to ignite your purpose and create meaningful change in your life. Today, I am joined by a remarkable guest, Miss Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani. She's a mother, a daughter, a sister, and the visionary behind the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer Community-Based Organization. Together, tonight, today, this morning, we will cut through the noise and tap into your potential and inspire action. The time for change is now. So let's get started. Let me bring Elizabeth on screen. Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Doc. Hi from Kenya, Kitale, Cherangani. This is Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani. Welcome to the program.
Welcome to the program. We welcome anyone out there watching. We ask that you share the love, share the word. If this is meaningful to you, it is very likely that it will be meaningful and impactful for others. So spread the word, share the word. Elizabeth, let's get started by you saying a little bit about yourself. You know, there are some watching that will probably know who you are, but there are others who don't know anything about Elizabeth. So can you share something about yourself to get us started?
Yes, Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani is a mother of two and a daughter to Mr. and Mrs. Robert Kisiangani, who are retired civil servants, currently farmers in Cherangani, Trans Nzoia County. I'm their second child, and I am also a teacher by profession. I'm a mother of two, that is a boy and a girl, who are almost into teenage age. In a family of 6, I come as the second born. I'm very grateful to be here today. That's the little about me.
Wow, that is a little about you. So Elizabeth, I am grateful. I am grateful for having you on today. And I keep saying tonight, today, and this morning because we're operating here in different time zones. So depending on where you're watching from, it's night, day, or afternoon. So Elizabeth, you've shared some stuff about you, but you know, I know your story is much bigger than what you just shared. You know, you're living a life where you're dealing with certain challenges. And I want you to just bring us up to speed and what transpired, what happened. How did you end up where you are today?
Yes, my life has just been that life that anyone lives. I was born and brought up in a very humble background. My parents took me to school. I was able to go through the preschool, the primary, the high school, and then went to college and graduated into being a teacher. I became a teacher and I've been teaching for the last 10 years until when something really came and changed my life completely. It's brought my life down to zero, and I had to start all over again, as we shall be looking at that. So I am, as much as I am Elizabeth Sitawa, I put myself also as a cancer fighter. Right now, I'm fighting ovarian cancer stage 3B. I'm on active treatment. I've been through chemo, I've been through radio, I've been through surgeries, and I'm still on active treatment that I'm going on even at the moment. I'm still waiting for further instructions from the doctor, but at the moment, I am fighting cancer strongly, stronger than I used to.
Well, Elizabeth, can you explain what you mean by bringing your life down to zero? Can you explain that?
Okay.
Elaborate on that a bit for me, please.
Yes, when before being diagnosed with cancer, I was that lady that could do anything, that teacher that could go to school and do all the work, play around with the kids, mark their work, correct the pupils, and so on. So it reached a time when my health started deteriorating and I had to seek some medical attention, only for after a good talk with the doctor, with the gynecologist, and going through all the symptoms that I was portraying, and being a cancer fighter just before, the gyna went ahead for another biopsy. So after the biopsy is when I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer stage 3B. And that is where the fight began. When you have cancer, you are in a battlefield. So I started the fight. Now, talking about a cancer fight, you go in and you are supposed to be fully prepared. Once you are diagnosed with cancer, you are just supposed to go to hospital. So that's what I did. I went to hospital. So going to the hospital, that's when I was diagnosed with that cancer, and I had to start my treatment. So starting treatment will need movement. This movement, like for Kenya, we don't have hospitals anywhere, and all hospitals do not provide the cancer treatment. We have specific hospitals. So in Kenya, where I stay, the main hospital that deals with cancer is Eldoret, in Eldoret. It's a town in Kenya. It's a city, the fourth city in Kenya. So that's where I get my treatment. So when I say cancer brought me down completely, everything revolves around money. And I just came to learn that with the fighting of cancer, you need money. And that money was not there. I never had the money. I never had money just kept somewhere ready for the fight. That Elizabeth is going to have cancer, so this money is going to be used for that. No.
So Elizabeth,
yes.
Talk to me about that battlefield. I want to know more about this battlefield you talk about. You say fighting cancer is like akin to being on a battlefield. And,
yes,
are you on that field by yourself? What's the support system like? What kind of support do you get from family, friends, strangers? What's that support system like while you're on that battlefield?
Yes, in the battlefield, you need a lot. You will need the equipment, you'll need the weapons, you'll need everything. So these weapons have really been there for me, because after getting these diagnoses, I a bit went down and was not able to tell anybody what I was going through. And then after counseling and then after a talk with a few friends who knew about what I was going through, they came up and told me, just go public about your status and people might come through, family and friends. And that's what I did. I went public about my status. And just when I went public, people who have been nursing many other people about this cancer really came through. I got support from all over the world. I'm not just talking about Kenya. I got support from all over the world. The whole world wants Elizabeth to be fine. The whole world wants Sitawa to be fine, to be a testimony to other people. So friends, family came up, stood with me in this battlefield, held my hand up to where I am right now. Even though I'm still on active cancer treatment, I can assure you, Doc, that everything is just running the way it is. Now, God brought a lot of people. I can't name them all, but I can just signal out one latest that did everything. The one we are sharing the screen with. The one we are sharing the screen with, Dr. Laxley, and then Donna, and then friends. Now, the battlefield is a terrible time. You go in there, you can't do anything alone. And that is when it dawned on me that cancer cannot be managed by only one person. You'll have to go out for help. And that's what I did. I asked for help and people came through. They talked to me. People talked to me. People came in all ways to help me. They held my hand in all, going to the hospital, getting a taxi for me to the hospital, coming back, because I was very, very down. I was down emotionally. I was down in health, physically, and everything. So I needed support all round. And people were there for me. And at the moment, I still have that very great support, friends talking to me every time. The support is very amazing in this battlefield. And that's what we are doing even at the moment.
You know, as I listen to you to talk about the support on the battlefield, I have to wonder about other individuals who are fighting cancer in Kenya. Are they getting the same kind of support that you have garnered, that you've received?
Not at all. Not at all. We have so many cancer patients. We have so many cancer patients in Kenya who are really undergoing a tough time. In fact, quite a number of them are in my inbox because I always post of how strong I am and so on and so forth. And then people come a lot and come through for me. Now, there are people who, even when they write something maybe on Facebook asking for help, I know the pain of just getting your phone and then asking for help from people. Now, you can imagine writing a post and no one comes through even for 50 shillings. And here is a person who needs to go for chemotherapy, and this chemotherapy is 30,000. Yet it's supposed to be maybe 2 days to that day, and nobody comes to support this person. You know, it reaches a time when our medical cover just covers maybe 3 sessions of your chemo. Yet you are supposed to go for 15 sessions. Where are you going to be getting 30,000 after every 3 weeks?
No.
So you get.
You talk about you was a teacher. You're still a teacher, just that you're not actively teaching. Are you still receiving a salary income from your teaching?
Yes.
Profession?
Yes. Now, being a public servant, a government employee, I think has been a very, very, very. It is an added advantage because I have 2 insurance covers. I have the NHIF, which at the moment it's being called SHA, and then I have what we call Minet. That's a cover mostly for the teachers. So it has really been helpful to me. And then the biggest challenge is here. These covers don't cover all the drugs that you are supposed to use as you fight. So that is where my biggest problem has been. And then as we fight, this cover is not in all hospitals, especially the teacher's cover. And the teacher's cover is the one that gives out a lot of money when you visit a hospital. So this teacher's cover is not in some hospitals. For example, in the place I am, there's no hospital with such a cover which operates 24/7. So the nearest hospital that takes care of any emergency that comes, maybe at night, I'll have to pay that cash to be attended to. So I get my full salary just like other teachers because the government is aware that I'm fighting cancer. And this same salary has really helped me because as much as I am as much as I'm fighting cancer, I also have a son who has a medical condition and he is on drugs. And the drugs he is using are not covered. So I part with a good amount of money every day for his medication.
So there are other expenses that you must manage while you're going through this, fighting cancer and winning over cancer, I should say. But Elizabeth, here's an opportunity for you. I want you to say it out loud and clear. How can anyone out there listening support Elizabeth Sitawa? How can anyone out there listening lend a hand, give a hand, and support you? And not just you, any individuals in Kenya who are dealing with this challenge, fighting cancer? How can, speak it out, look into the camera and say it out loud and clear. How can anyone out there help you, support you?
Now, today I'll boldly thank everybody who has come through for this lady who is speaking here. I don't take any help that has been offered to me for granted. You people have been there for me for all the 17 plus months I've been fighting cancer. And since that time, I came public. Now, I'm still fighting cancer. I'm still fighting cancer. I'm still in that active treatment. And I still need a lot of support from you people. I still ask you to support me in everything, because at the moment I can't do anything that I used to do. So in case anybody, not just me, if you are sure that this person is just a cancer fighter, kindly, and that person just posts for help, and you're sure this person is fighting cancer, kindly come through for that person, for any number that has been put there. For my number.
Elizabeth, I want you to be very clear and direct. How can they support you? What is the best way to do it? Because I want this information to get out there. So not everyone knows how to do it, how they can support you. So I want you to be very specific as to how they can best support you and others. Is it a monetary thing? Is it a kind word? I want you to be so clear, because this is so important that people know what they need to do to support Elizabeth Sitawa and other cancer fighters.
Yes, to support me, you can do it through monetary help. You can do it through talking, just calling me. But my number, let me give out my number so that you can do something for me. Just do something for me, because I need money. I really need money anytime, just to continue with this tough journey that I'm in. My number is, can I give out the number, Doc?
If you want to, you certainly can.
Okay, my number is +254 798 410 193. +254 798 410 193. And my name is Elizabeth Kisiangani.
That is so important, because people are listening and they may be wondering, how can they help? How can they support? Money is a factor. To fight cancer, treatment for cancer is very expensive. It's expensive everywhere. And I know there's limited funds, limited monies that you have. So it is critical, it's essential that if anyone desire to give your hand to, and other people, they know what you need most. And right now what I'm hearing from you is that money is so critical. Now, most cancer patients, most individuals fighting and dealing with this cancer thing, they have families, they have children who need to be supported. And if you are incapacitated and not able to work and not able to bring in the same salary that you once did, then money is also needed to support your children as well. So that's why it's so critical. It is so critical that is made very clear. So again, to support Elizabeth and other cancer patients, do your best if you can afford it, and support them with monies. If not, you can also support them with just some love and kind words. So just wanted to put that out there. So Elizabeth, I would like for you to describe, to give us an idea, what is a typical day in your life as you're facing and dealing with this challenge? What is a typical day like for you?
Doc, for sure, there's no day I'll wake up normally. There's no day. I'll always wake up with something in the body. I'll wake up feeling like an 80-year-old every time. As young as I am, I'll wake up feeling like an 80, 90-year-old. The whole body is always in pain. And I'll have to adjust to that. So it has come to a time where when I wake up and I just feel like puking, I'll do it. Life has to continue. So anytime I wake up, anytime, since I started my cancer treatment, it's always a painful day. There's no day I've just woken up the Elizabeth I used to be. It's always a painful time, but I'll always maybe break down when I'm all alone. But when I have somebody around, especially the kids, I'll wake up in pain but smiling. So a typical day for me is there's always pain, Doc. It's always a pain.
There's always pain. You know, do you have a preferred way that you like when individuals come and visit you, how they should talk to you? Is there certain things you want them to avoid? Is there certain things you want them to enforce and stress in the conversation? What makes you comfortable and what is it that makes you uncomfortable? Can you share that, please?
Yes. Now, Doc, I am fighting cancer and I know I am fighting cancer. I don't want anybody to come and tell me, sorry. I don't want anybody to remind me that I'm fighting cancer. I don't want, and I don't like it. When somebody comes to visit, I always like us to just talk about everything that is happening. Like right now in Kenya, we have this heated debate of impeaching our deputy president. Now, that can be a very nice topic, and we laugh out so many other things. There are so many things we can talk about apart from cancer. So if a person visits me, the best he or she can do is just talk about everything and just be happy that I am there. Give me a hug and then let's laugh about any other thing. But unless I start telling you, because somebody will come and visit me and then really insist, how did you know that you have cancer? I hate that question. I don't like it. How did you know now? Should I start explaining? My experience is not the same as another person's. So this person coming, how did you know? How do you feel? No, just wait for me to tell you. Don't ask me those questions. They really irritate me, and I just don't like those questions. Don't remind me that I'm fighting cancer. It's just the worst moment. I don't want.
So for you, it's more important to have a conversation about current events, what is happening. And of course, you are very much alive, you're living. And the only difference with you and the other person is that you're dealing with this thing that you will overcome. There's no doubt. However, you do not want to be reminded every single opportunity someone gets to tell you that. Your thing is about being positive, just continue to live and live and live as you do and get the most out of every single day. That's what I'm hearing from you. Is that correct?
Exactly, Doc. Exactly.
Awesome. And I think if you're out there watching us, listen, welcome to the show, and we really thank you for joining us. You're on Life-Changing Conversations, and my guest is Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani, a real powerhouse of a woman who's taken on this cancer thing, and is just doing an amazing job in maintaining her positivity and being an example for others, Elizabeth. And that's how I've observed and I've watched you, and that is what I'm seeing, an example, just a living embodiment of strength. And that's what I'm seeing here. So let's take a quick on-screen break, and I'm going to play a video about kindness. And I want everyone to watch this video and consider how you see yourself in this story of kindness and how you can be be compassionate to yourself and to others, all right? Greetings, friends of the A Collision with Purpose movement. Welcome back to Daily Insights Unveiled, where we continue the journey to find purpose together. I am Dr. Laxley Stephenson. Today, let us reflect on kindness, not just as a fleeting act, but as a powerful force for change that begins with self. Self-compassion is where kindness starts. It is easy to show kindness to others, but how often do we extend that same grace to ourselves? How do we speak to ourselves when we make mistakes? Do we offer words of encouragement, or are we our own hardest critics? Self-compassion isn't about letting ourselves off the hook. It is about recognizing our humanity, embracing our flaws, and allowing room for growth. When we show compassion to ourselves, we create a deeper well of empathy that we can then share with others. If we cannot be kind to ourselves, can we truly be kind to others? Now think about the last time you did something kind for a stranger. A simple smile, a helping hand, or just a moment of your time can make a significant impact. But do we do these things regularly? Or only when it is convenient? Do we only help when it serves us? Or are we willing to extend our kindness even when there's nothing to gain? Now ask yourself, how can I be more intentional with my kindness today? What if every small act of generosity I give positively impacts someone? Let us challenge ourselves to practice kindness as a daily ritual, starting from within and radiating outward. Embrace the power of self-compassion and allow it to guide your interactions with others. In a world that sometimes feels disconnected, your kindness could be the glue that holds someone together. I leave you with this question. What can you do today to be kinder to yourself? And how can that self-compassion spark a moment of generosity toward others? Let kindness be the norm, not the exception. Until next time, on Daily Insights Unveiled, thank you and blessings always. Welcome back to the show, Elizabeth. It's all about kindness. And that's what we're talking about today. And you did something that is so big. And I want you to talk about it. I wanted to talk about the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer Community-Based Organization. I want you to talk about that. I want you to explain what that is. How did you get this vision, and why is this so important to you?
Yes, and fighting cancer has really brought a lot of thoughts in my head, because I have seen people suffering from cancer and what they are going through. So it is in this spirit that I had this idea of starting something that is going to create an impact to the society. Now, I had that one in the head, but I wasn't sure if it was going to come really to play. I wasn't sure about it. So as we were talking with Dr. Laxley, we always have our talks. We always have our talks with Dr. Laxley and Donna. So this time, as we were talking, they came up with this idea. Elizabeth, why can't you start something that is going to create a difference in your county and your country to help these cancer people? And that is when now I came up with this idea of helping the cancer fighters just to make sure that we strike out stigma that is killing a lot of cancer patients. And that is the reason why there is now the great birth of the big organization called the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer Community-Based Organization in Kenya. It's coming up, and we are hopeful that it's going to impact a lot of change, and it's going to give hope to the cancer fighters, not just in my Trans Nzoia County, but in other counties of Kenya. So the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO is next into being. In fact, today I would have been receiving a certificate of it, but just because of 1-2 reasons, I'll have to wait for a day or two, because tomorrow in Kenya is a public holiday. I'll have to wait up to Friday to get it, but everything is under control. And
let's dig deeper in a more specific way about the CBO. And first, I want you to talk to me about stigma. I often hear you say fighting stigma. What kind of stigmas are we fighting? Can you explain, can you articulate about that so we understand
now,
what stigma means?
Doc, in Kenya, and I think not just in Kenya, once you've been diagnosed with cancer, people will say this is witchcraft. People will definitely know that you're going to die. And then people are going to give you all types of diseases. They will say, this one is HIV positive. I passed through that. This one was, she did something to somebody and this person was not very happy, and that's why she's going through this and this. So there are a lot of myths that people will just bring because you've been diagnosed with cancer, and people will not take you to the hospital. Like just the other day, I was telling you about this man I helped the other time during my birthday. The man passed on just the other day. And every time this man used to call me and tell me, today I have no food. So I would have these 100 shillings and send him to him. And every time I would do that to this person. Now, this is only one person, Doc. A person whose children have even neglected him, not even paying the NHIF for him. I had to do that so that he goes for the whole year. And he just passed on. He passed on because I'm the one who used to talk to her through phone. And because of the distance, I couldn't get to him. So we used to talk on phone, just giving him hope. But now that I wasn't there to make sure maybe he eats well and he's talked to, this man just passed on a very painful death because of the cancer he had. Yet he has only gone for one chemotherapy. So stigma is really in the society, and it is killing a lot of cancer patients, the stigma part.
So one of the motivation for having the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO is to combat and get rid of this stigma thing. And, you know, they're attributing, if you have cancer, they're attributing, you know, of course, you're going to die, you have AIDS and all this other stuff. And of course, that was one of the drivers for you to want to have this CBO in place. And, you know, and I recall maybe a year or so ago, I had this conversation with you, and then you told me then that this is one thing you wanted to do. So I want to congratulate you and having your dreams been manifested and in a big time way. So again, congratulations. And I should also say condolences to losing your friend that passed recently. You know, and I'm sure you've witnessed and seen enough of that. And one of the things you're combating is with this CBO is to see less and less of that, fewer frequency of that happening. So again, congratulations on that. Now, I want you to talk a little bit more about the CBO. I want you to be as specific as you can, and in terms of what is your vision and what are the promises? What are you aiming for in terms of families of cancer fighters?
Now, about the vision of the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO. Now, we want to bring out a society that respects and takes care of the cancer patients. A society that we are going to look at the cancer patient and tell them that, no, you're not going to die. You're going to live. When somebody is told that you have cancer, let people embrace this person who has cancer and just assure him or her that you are going to be well. So we want to bring out that the society that is going to respect. When I am going through chemotherapy and I lose my hair, I have no hair. In fact, mine is coming up a bit. I lose my hair because I'm going through chemotherapy. Now, you will not go around and talk about this person being HIV positive. You know, a long time ago, people HIV positive used to lose hair. So nowadays, somebody looks at you and just concludes that you are HIV positive. So we don't want that society. We want the society where this society is going to respect and just take care of the cancer fighters and the cancer patients. That's what we want.
Absolutely, absolutely. I see we have a number of people watching the show, and we welcome them. It's so many names. We have the Honorable Lenny Kasaya Saita, and he is the chairman of the CBO. So welcome, Honorable Lenny. Appreciate you coming on. We have Elder Joan Randall. We have, let me make sure, Gladys, I hope I say it right. I just say Gladys. We have Jacqueline. We have Donna, the CFO of A Collision with Purpose, and so many more. And I appreciate you coming on. I welcome you, and I ask that you share and spread the word. Now, the CBO is a membership type organization. So I want you to explain what that means.
Yes. So immediately we start off the program on the CBO. We are going to need members. The members in the CBO. You're going to be a member only if you decide or you say that I want to part with 500 shillings every month to help in the running of the organization. Because we've already said that cancer and money are two things that are bound to be together every time. So this CBO won't just be an organization by name. We want actions because they speak louder than words. We want to walk around and talk to cancer patients, and you cannot go to a sick person who needs support in something and you just go empty-handed. So we want to organize seminars. We want to talk to cancer patients. We want to visit cancer patients, and we are asking you all over the world, if you're not listening to me right now, you're going maybe to listen to the recorded one. Kindly join us as a member, and then you are going to be parting with 500 shillings every month to support the organization. The organization is already well set with the chairman, the vice, the secretary, the treasurer, the trustees, and everybody. We already have those people in place, and we are looking forward to kicking off activities that are going to benefit the society. So you are going to be a member, and this member will be expected to be giving 500 shillings every month. We are going to have an account and a pay bill number for the organization. In a week or two, we are going to put it public so that you can come through, and we really try and kick out cancer stigmatization and help the cancer needy patients in the society.
Let me jump in here, Elizabeth. And for full disclosure, I'm not just here having this conversation and life-changing conversations with Elizabeth. I also have a personal interest. I'm vested in this initiative, as I am one of the founding directors and I am a trustee and a patron in this organization. So I have a deep interest in seeing and making sure that this initiative is one that is so successful. And it's not just about Elizabeth, I should also say. It's about all cancer fighters and their family members in Kenya for right now. And at some point, it will go beyond the borders of Kenya. It will become much bigger than Elizabeth. And she'll just be the namesake, the person that it was built around. And that will be a wonderful thing when we achieve that. I just want to touch back on the vision real quick. The vision of the CBO is to have a society respecting and taking care of cancer fighters. And the mission is to mobilize human, financial, and material resources for societal relief and empowerment. And so, as you hear from that, the vision is a powerful one. It's huge. But when we think about a vision and a mission, we think about impact. We think about the difference, how it will, positively change lives for the cancer fighters and their children and family members. So not just about any one person, it's about many individuals who are dealing with this stigma that you so clearly define for us today. So Elizabeth, let's move on, from the foundation just a little bit, and I want to take it back to you, your personal situation. How are you doing? How are you doing right now?
Yes, thank you, Doc. Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani is still on active cancer treatment, and she's doing perfectly well. She's facing head-on with the side effects that are coming because of the treatment, because there are quite many. There are so many of them. The side effects, I can't even talk about them in public because they are bad. They are not good. You can see me around walking, laughing, but deep inside, it's the wearer of the shoe who knows where it pinches. So far, I thank God, because I'm doing very fine, and because of your great support, I feel loved, and the feeling of love makes me wake up every day and just face the challenges that I'm going through head on, and I'm doing very well.
Wow.
So the last time I went for treatment, I was put on some new medication. So I started a new cancer treatment, which is going to take a month before I go for further checkup and further advice from the doctor, which is end of this month. But so far, the drugs have really hit me. They have really hit me. Last week, I was in hospital for 4 days. They have hit me, but I'm also facing them head on, and I'm doing very, very well, doing exercises, eating, and doing everything in a very, very strong way, and with love.
Wow. And prior to going to and having that scan, you was receiving treatment. You was receiving. How important it is. How important that trip to Nairobi to get that scan was?
Yeah, it was very, very important, Doc, because I was able to face very, very new faces. And just before I go on, I can say this. I think for cancer fighters, don't just stick to one oncologist or one doctor. I think you're supposed to get views from different doctors and then just go for scans here and there to just be very sure of what you're going through. But the visit or the journey to Nairobi and just getting to know how I'm doing created a whole lot of difference in me. I now knew what was the problem specifically I was going about, and now I'm facing it right in front of me. I'm doing it just the way it's supposed to be. The Nairobi one,
Okay,
I think it's just the last one to getting to the recovery end.
so
And
the point that I want to drive home with you going to Nairobi, is it possible that there are many individuals outside of Nairobi who are receiving treatment but are not treated appropriately because they have not been scanned? Could that be the case?
very, very true. Very, very true. We might yes be having that cancer, but there's somebody somewhere who first of all is not receiving. Now, let me say that a cancer patient needs love, needs care, needs support. Now, there was something I was missing because while in Nairobi, I was put somewhere and talked to Doc. And this talking was so professional, so touching. And by the time I left there, yes, I shed tears, but these tears really cleansed my heart. And I just felt so good and ready to face that journey the fourth time. I can say I'm in the fourth line of treatment because I've treated cancer the first time, second time, third time. And then this recently is the fourth line of treatment. And I can say this fourth line, I think I'm overcoming now. I'll come out very strong because the support is overwhelming. Right now, we have a group of doctors and we have a Google Meet, Meet every Sunday. We talk. I have the psychologist, the oncologist, the gyna, and then the nutritionist who will always be talking to me every time. So they have scheduled a day that we shall be sitting down and talking, which I hadn't experienced. So this one now is that journey that I'm just happy about.
And that's awesome. That support is exactly what you need. But one of the things I really want to drive home here is the scan, the significance of having that scan, so they know exactly what is going on with you inside of you. And
exactly.
And is it a requirement that you must go to Nairobi to get the scan?
Yeah, PET scan in Kenya is only in Nairobi.
Okay, so my point is, what is the likelihood that there are so many individuals outside of Nairobi who have been treated but not treated appropriately? So what can you say to them about the need and the significance, the importance of getting that scan, finding their way, making their way to Nairobi to be scanned? I want you to look in the camera and talk to those cancer fighters who are not been scanned.
Yeah, to the cancer fighters, kindly, because we have cancer. We have cancer. We cannot deny that fact. Get that time and then go to Kenyatta University, go to Kenyatta National Hospital, get that PET scan so that you can know where the problem is. The PET scan is the final report that you're going to get to know how the extent to which cancer has eaten you or if you are getting well. So take your time and get there because the NHIF will cover it. or it will cover 3/4 or 50% of it, and then you pay cash. Do all you can, look for support, and then just travel to Nairobi and get that PET scan. Kindly do that for the better of yourself, so that we avoid the recurrence of cancer cases, just the way I'm fighting the 4th time. Do it for yourself.
And for the appropriateness of the treatment, of course. So, Elizabeth, let's just take it down a little bit before we close out, right? How are your children? How are they doing?
Yes, my children are perfectly doing well, and I would like to thank you very much for making my kids be in school without any disturbance. I was there a week ago, and we were there with the chairman of the CBO, and the kids were very, very excited. They are in school and they're doing very, very well. And one thing that they were excited about is they were able to see mom walking. When they left, I was in bed. I couldn't move. So this time I just went so that they see mama walking. And that was the best time for them. They were very happy to see me walking. And I'm very sure it's really raised their spirits.
Spirit raised. See their mom walking.
In fact, they talked to Donna. They said hi to Donna.
And you're talking about Donna, the CFO of A Collision with Purpose, of course. You know, so that's a story in itself, right there, by itself, that you're able to go and visit your children and there's that smile on their face and all that good stuff. But, you know, we're drawing down and closing in our conversation today. You're watching Life-Changing Conversations. My guest is Elizabeth Sitawa Kisiangani. And the whole intent of this platform is to inspire actions. So I'm hoping if you're watching today, this conversation, this life-changing conversation I'm having with Elizabeth will stir and inspire some actions in you. There are many, too many, I should say, cancer fighters in Kenya, throughout the world for that matter, but right now we're talking about Kenya. We're talking about Kenya that can use your support. And I will venture to tell you this much. It doesn't require a lot for you to support someone. So think about that as we're wrapping up our program today and see where you can find your place in this movement to get rid of the stigma that Elizabeth shared with us. So Elizabeth, before we close, here's the opportunity for you to add anything else that you didn't get a chance to say, or just to say whatever is on your mind.
Yes, I would like to tell the world that you can have cancer and still live normally. Cancer is not a death sentence. And all cancer fighters just need love and support. They need you to tell them that you are living. You're not going to die. There is this one lady who gives me a lot of hope. And anytime I'm on TikTok, I check on her. There's this lady called Candid Diana. Now, she went through a double mastectomy, something like that, where both breasts were removed. Now, this lady, anytime I just watch her, I always tell myself now, what else do I need for inspiration? This lady really encourages me to fight and fight and fight. So cancer is not a death sentence. Let's love the cancer fighters. Let's give them hope. And let's not make them feel lesser of a human being. When we get to hospital, treat us. For me, my doctor told me when you get to the hospital, you find so many people, just get to the reception and tell them you're fighting cancer. They will do everything very fast. And I did that recently in Nairobi. was attended to in the twinkling of an eye. So let's treat cancer patients with love. Let's provide for them. Just love a cancer patient. And this person will live long, not because of the treatment, but because of the love that he or she is receiving. Stress brings a lot of deaths. That stigma I'm talking about brings a lot of death. So let's stop stigma. Let's take care of the cancer patients. When somebody has been diagnosed with cancer, take that person to hospital. Don't start the way I started. I started by going to the herbals. Don't go to the herbal clinic. Get to the hospital, get treated, and then eat well and pray. Just have faith that God is going to come through and He's going to help you fight this disease. And as also we start the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO, I ask all of you to come through in whichever way, not just the 500 shillings. You can give anything that you have towards the supporting of the organization so that we reach so many cancer patients, and you're going to witness a very, very big impact on the cancer fighters, both men, women, and the children who have been affected by this very, very bad menace that is dreaded all over the world.
Well said, well said. And just to add some clarity, the minimum membership fee is 500 shillings per month. Now, of course, we welcome more than that, but that is the minimum to remain in good standing in the CBO, because we have rules, we have standards, we have protocols, and to become a member, we vet each member. We don't expect everyone to join, and we have certain standards because this is serious business. This is serious business. This is about life. This is about living. This is about taking care of people who need to be taken care of. You know, the patient, the fighter, and their family members. So we, you know, if you're in the United States and you want to join, I am the contact person here, myself and Donna. You can get us through A Collision with Purpose. One thing I will say, A Collision with Purpose will, all the business that we're doing, proceeds from everything that we do, money's made, will go towards the Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO. So we are fully committed. We're in as far as we can be into anything we're in. So if, again, membership minimum is 500 shillings. Let me say that right. Let me not say dollars. 500 shillings per month. And that's probably what, $3 and something in $3 and something. So $100 will cover your membership for a year. Now we're looking for members. We need members. We also have a Facebook group, the same name as Elizabeth Sitawa Cancer CBO. Join the Facebook group. That is where we will disseminate information. That's where we'll get the word out on the CBO. You know, I want to commend a few individuals. First of all, let me talk about the Honorable Lenny Soita. He has taken this thing like he owns it. Like he's personalized it, and he's got us to where we are. So Lenny, if you're watching, thank you, and just continue to support the foundation. Or just continue. We appreciate you for that. Donna Thompson, the CFO for A Collision with Purpose. What you're doing and the work you've done working with Elizabeth and other cancer fighters, it's just amazing. We ask and we pray that you continue to do what you're doing. And Elizabeth, I will say this, I've said it to you, you're the bravest person I know.
Thank you.
You are. And I encourage you to continue to be brave, not for yourself, Be brave for your children and for other cancer fighters. Because indeed, they ultimately, 20, 30 years from now, they will be 50, 60 years from now, they will be the beneficiary of your work. So I want you to understand that what you're doing is far bigger than you. Far bigger than you. And it will touch so many lives in a positive, impactful way that I encourage you to stay strong, take care of yourself. I know every conversation I have with you, I say one thing. You have one duty, one responsibility, is to take care of yourself. And that's your number one responsibility. I've seen a level of, and I've experienced kindness through you. So you're teaching us as you're going through this thing, you're a living example of how to deal with adversities. So I don't have much more to say. We're going to wrap this conversation up. You're watching life-changing conversations to inspire action. And we have a lady here, Miss Elizabeth, who's doing just that. She's inspiring actions. And you've done that with us here at A Collision with Purpose. And I know you'll continue to do it. That's why they call you Mama Africa, right? That's why they call you Mama Africa. So, to those watching us, we thank you for joining us today. And for those who will be watching the replay, we say thank you and God bless. Blessings always.
A trail is written of hearts that strive. Through fire and flame, they find their way, becoming iron where courage holds sway. Becoming iron, with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man is unwavering and strong.